So, Apple held their annual September iPhone event, and just like weeks and months of endless rumors and leaks predicted, we got 4 new iPhone 13 models that look pretty much the same like last year's iPhones, but lo and behold with a few surprises. There are many changes, but the one you really should know about is the longer battery life. And there is a bit of a mystery to it, which is both confusing and super exciting. Let me tell you about it, so listen up. Apple doesn't disclose the actual battery size of its iPhones, nor the RAM storage. It's confidential info for Apple. We have some early leaks with the numbers. If you really care, you'll see them on the screen. But what Apple does say is that the iPhone 13 Pro Max and the regular iPhone 13 will last on average 2.5 hours more than their predecessors. And the iPhone 13 Pro and 13 mini will last 1.5 hours more than their predecessors. So, assuming very roughly that those earlier iPhones would typically last somewhere between 10 hours for the mini and up to 20 hours, let's say, for the Pro Max, that's about 10% to 15% longer battery life. 20% at best. But we didn't stop there, we dug deeper, and Apple provides a bit more data on battery life. And see if, like me, most of the time you're just streaming video on the web. Apple has this precise measurement, video playback while streaming. So let's take a look. The iPhone 13 mini lasts 13 hours, the regular iPhone 13 can last 15 hours, the iPhone 13 Pro lasts 20 hours, quite a bit better, and finally the iPhone 13 Pro Max lasts a whopping 25 hours. That's a lot. But these numbers really start to look impressive when you start comparing them. So I was super excited about the iPhone 13 mini, that's my favorite one of the bunch. So the 13 mini lasts 13 hours while streaming, right? The iPhone 12 mini only lasts 10 hours in video streaming, so that's the same test. But now take a look at the iPhone 12 Pro Max, the big phone with the big battery from last year. It only lasts 12 hours for video streaming. What? Yes, that is absolutely crazy. Apple basically says officially on its website that the new iPhone 13 mini can beat last year's 12 Pro Max for video streaming. We don't really know how that's possible and what dark magic Apple has done here to optimize the iPhone so much. Does it mean that just watching YouTube videos, the 13 mini will beat the iPhone 12 Pro Max? I doubt that. How is Apple getting those numbers? Now yes, that is all crazy and very impressive, and it applies for the whole iPhone 13 family. Just look at the iPhone 13 Pro Max. 25 hours of video streaming, more than double the 12 hours on the 12 Pro Max. Those numbers are super impressive. But don't get too excited. If you look at the other data like battery life during audio playback, you can still see that the iPhone 13 mini lasts 55 hours, which is just slightly better than the 50 hours on its predecessor, and even the iPhone 12 kicks its ass with 65 hours of audio playback, and then the iPhone 12 Pro Max has 80 hours on that audio battery test. So don't quite expect the 13 mini to have longer battery life than the 12 Pro Max. That would be crazy, but the fact that it is actually beating it in even one test suggests that Apple has implemented some very clever optimizations for battery life while streaming video, and that's what many of us do for long hours every day. Anyway, I got carried away and excited. The point is, iPhone 13 battery life will be better, and it will be noticeable, and very noticeable in certain cases. So what else is new? So first, I love that Apple no longer has 64GB of base storage for the iPhone 13 and the mini, and now both start at the much more reasonable 128GB at the very same price. Very atypical for Apple. The Pros this year get bigger battery upgrades, 120Hz screens for buttery smooth scrolling, and they get all new camera sensors that capture more light at night. Unfortunately, these Pro models are getting also a lot heavier. The 6.1-inch iPhone 13 Pro now weighs 204 grams, and the iPhone 13 Pro Max weighs 240 grams, which is just a bit too much for me personally. I'm curious to see how this pans out in real life. but I guess that's the price to pay for that longer battery life. Anyway, the one bit of bad news today was that we didn't get to see the holy grail of iPhone features, the ultimate dream, yes, the USB-C port. Apple just rolled with the Lightning port for one more year, simply because it can, not that it makes any sense whatsoever. But the keynote wasn't just about the new iPhones. Apple also launched a brand new Apple Watch Series 7 that has a larger screen with smaller borders, slightly faster charging, overall the same battery life though, and the same look. It's kind of a minor upgrade. And the Series 6 and Series 5 will no longer be available, which is just frustrating. If you wanted to get those ones a bit cheaper, that's not gonna happen. So this year there are no big new health features on the Apple Watch, but leaks tell us that, hold on, next year Apple can hopefully bring a thermometer right on your wrist. We'll see how that pans out. Also, there was a new iPad mini, but that's a different topic, so this will do it for this video. The iPhone 13 and their battery mysteries. I can't wait to test them out as soon as we have them, but let me know if you approve those upgrades in exchange for the quite heavier weight for these new iPhones. So that's it, my name is Vic, this is PhoneArena. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about all of this. Thanks for staying until the end, and I'll see you in the next one.